Hi students, coming to the next topic, non-uniform quantization. In the non-uniform quantization, simply it is called the here we are going to observe here the step size of this quantized output. That means in this figure we are going to observe the step size is small. Step size is very small at low input levels. That means 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, y-axis and x-axis. The step size is very small. In this case, the step size is very large for large input values. So if the step size is very small, the signal to quantization noise to power ratio is improved at low signal levels. If step size is very large, that means here signal to noise power ratio remains almost same throughout the dynamic range of quantizer. So here the non-uniform quantization means so there is no uniformity for step sizes in this case. Here at the place of input low input levels, the step size is very small. In the high input values, the step size is very large. So many signals such as speech have a uniform distribution. Non-uniform distribution. The amplitude is more likely to be close to 0 than to be at higher levels. Non-uniform quantizers have unequally spaced levels. It means unequally spaced levels like this. Sometimes it is very small and sometimes it is very large. So the spacing can be chosen to optimize the signal to noise ratio for particular type of signals. So this is a non-uniform 3-bit quantizer example. So uniform and non-uniform quantizer. In this graph, we are going to observe the little bit difference in between uniform quantization and non-uniform quantization. So before going to observing these two graphs, let us see the strong signal, weak signal. So the amplitude is very high. In this case, this signal is considered as a strong signal. Here, the second one is amplitude is very low. In this case, this amplitude is very low. We are going to consider this is a weak signal. So either amplitude large or amplitude is less case. Here in the uniform quantization, the quantization levels uniformly distributed like this. That means 0, 0 to 111, we are allocated uniformly distribution. The step size of this delta is uniformly we are going to observe here. So in this case, this is the difference in between is uniformly distributed quantized levels, non-uniformly distributed quantized levels. In this case, here two cases we are observed here. That means the step size of this one 100 101, this is very nearer. That means compared to this one, in this case the large step size, that means 110 to 111, same as it is 0012 000. So in this case 000 to 001, 110 to 111. In this case, these two are the large step size. In this case, very small step size. So that there is no uniform quantization. So that the equal distribution is simply we are going to observe here uniform quantization. That means equally uniformly we are going to divide it. In this case, there is no uniform. That is means some step size is very smallish, some step sizes are very large. Next one, non-uniform quantization. In this case, here from this graph we are going to observe here compression quantizer characteristics and uniform quantizer characteristics. Here, effect of nonlinear quantizing can be obtained by first passing analog signal through a compressor and then through a uniform quantizer. So with the help of compressor and a uniform quantizer, we are going to observe here the combination of compressor and uniform quantizer and expander also. Simply it is called a non-uniform quantizer. So simply it is called as a non-uniform quantizer means the combination of compressor, uniform quantizer plus expander. So combination of these three, simply it is called as a non-uniform quantizer. So before passing through this uniform quantizer, the signal simply it is passes through compressor. So if the compressor signal is like this compressor output is passes through uniform quantizer, then this graph will gives the uniform quantization output levels like this. That means always it is uniformly distributed levels, quantizer levels. So this is compressed quantizer characteristics, in this case uniform quantizer characteristics. So voice signals are more likely to have amplitudes near zero than at extreme peaks. For such signals with non-uniform amplitude distribution, quantizing noise will be higher for amplitude values near zero. A technique to increase amplitude near zero is called compounding. So once again, this is very important, compounding. A technique is to increase amplitudes near zero is called compounding. So here compounding is nothing but the combination of both compressor and expander. So what is meant by compressor? What is meant by expander? So we will see in the next slide. So coming to the compounding, what is meant by compounding? Compounding is nothing but it is a combination of both. That means compressor and also expander. So non-uniform quantizers are difficult to make and expensive. Now, once again, repeat, non-uniform quantizers are difficult to make and expensive. An alternative is to first pass the speech signal through non-linearity before quantizing with the uniform quantizer. An alternative is to first pass the speech signal through the non-linearity. So before quantizing with uniform quantizer. So in this case, the non-linearity causes the signal amplitude to be compressed. The input to the quantizer will have a more uniform distribution. Here, let us see a small block diagram here. So in this case, we are going to observe here compressor and expander is there. So in this compressor, with the help of uniform quantizer, we are going to maintain the uniform distribution, uniform output signal. So before compressor voice in, so this is not a uniform, that means non-uniform signal we are going to passing this compressor. After compressor, we are going to observe that uniform distribution, that means uniform output, that amplitude is equal amplitude, either positive and negative peak. Here in this case, after compressor, the signal is passes through encoder. The encoder will generate some binary sequence, that means digital output. So with the help of encoder, the analog nature signal is converted into digital nature. So that we are observing here digital output. Again, this digital output is passes through this decoder. This decoder means this is a reverse process of the encoder. That means whatever the input we are applied here, the decoder once again it performs the same operation like encoder, but it is not reverse operation. So in this case, the digital output is again it is converted into uniform distribution. The uniform distribution output is again it is passes through expander with the help of non-linearity. Again, the signal comes back into the original shape. So here the voice in this case, voice in means that is this is not a uniform distributed signal. Some places it is reaches to zero, some points, some places it means it is a very voltage amplitude is very high, sometimes it is a middle, sometimes it is reaches to zero. So that this is non-uniform signal. In this case also same as it is, after expander we are receiving the same original signal from this block diagram. So this is the procedure we are going to see here. Here next one, at the receiver the signal is expanded by an inverse to the non-linearity. In this case with the help of non-linearity, so this non-linearity is goes to linearity. In this case linearity goes to non-linearity. So the process of compressing and expanding is called compounding. So compounding is it is a technical word. It is a combination of both compressing and expanding. So here is a simple basic model of compounding model. In this case, input we are applied here through this compressor. The signal is little bit compressed. That means example here the 13-bit code is simply converted into 8-bit code. So if it is a 12-bit code of this input level is goes to 7-bit code in the compressor. The uniform quantizer. So whatever the input signal we are receiving, with the help of non-linearity we are going to with the help of non-linearity we are going to convert it into linearity. So that uniform quantizer will generate the uniform quantizer levels. In this case, this output, uniform quantizer output is passes through expander. Once again, with the help of non-linearity, the signal get back to the original shape. So here at the receiver, exactly opposite is followed, which is called expansion. The circuit used for providing expansion is called as an expander. The compression of signal at the transmitter and expansion at the receiver is combined to be called compounding. This process of compounding has been shown in the form of a block diagram in below figure. So next one, here see the clearly we are going to understanding with the help of this block diagram. Here the three stages combined to give a characteristics of a non-uniform quantizer. So first case, compressor and uniform quantizer and expander. So compressor which compress the signal strength. So uniform quantizer equally we are going to distributed. That means we are going to distributed this quantizer levels. Expander we are going to perform, that means process of the reverse of the compressor. Compressor case the signal strength is a little bit reduced. Here in this case we are going to extend the signal strength. That means expander reverse procedure of the compressor. So after applying all these procedure, the signal gets a little bit non-uniform quantizer. That means it will give some straight line but not exactly. So little bit noise will be added for this straight line, so that this is a non-uniform quantizer representation. In this case, this is a simple block diagram of the PCM block diagram. In this PCM block diagram, we are going to observe here PCM transmitter and PCM receiver. These two are the main parts. So whatever the signal analog input is taken as a speech or voice signal, that signal is passes through this PCM transmitter through this channel, that means transmission medium. Again we are get back to the original signal with the help of all those block diagrams. So generally the input signal x of t is passes through band pass filter. That means low pass filter. That low pass signal means it allows the low signal. With the after low pass signal, the signal is passes through sample and hold circuit. With the help of sample and hold circuit, it will give the digitized output. That means pulse amplitude modulation output. That means we are going to expecting inside sample and hold circuit pulse amplitude modulator circuitry is there. So PEM signal is again it passes through analog to digital converter. So this analog in nature signal is converted into digital output. If the analog to digital converter is a signal strength is a 3-bit, so that the output at a time it is 3-bit. If it is a 4-bit analog to digital converter, at a time you are going to observe 4 output values. So linear parallel PCM, that means again this parallel digital information is passes through digital compressor. So automatically digital values is reduced. For example, 12-bit code is passes through digital compressor. We are going to observe here 7-bit digital information. If it is a 13-bit, the digital compressor will compress the output 13 into 8-bit code. So parallel to serial converter. So before transmitting through this channel, this parallel to serial converter, the panel information is converted into serially. With the help of transmitter, we are transmitting serial information in the channel. So after reaching the receiver, again the serial information is received. That serial converter, serial to parallel converter is converted into that serial data into parallel. So parallel means digital information that is in the form of compressor parallel data. The compressor parallel data with the help of digital expander. Here in this case we are going to observe here we are going to generating this compressor data with the help of compressor. In this case we are going to observe here expander. With the help of expander we are converted into this compressor data into expanded. That means 7-bit code is converted into 12-bit code, or either 8-bit code is converted into 13-bit code. So this code, the parallel information, again it passes through this digital to analog converter. This digital information is converted into analog nature. That is output is simply it is called a pulse, like it is a pulse amplitude modulation. In this case the reverse procedure same as it is here. Sample and hold circuit will provide the PAM output. In this case digital to analog converter will provides the PAM output. So again the PAM output is passes through hold circuit. Again it get back to the original signal. Same here, the sample and hold circuit, whatever the signal is passes through this circuit, the output is again it is passes through hold circuit. Same output we are receiving with the help of low pass filter or band pass filter. We are receiving it that low level signal. That means original signal. Whatever the signal we are transmitting through this complete block diagram, same original signal we are expected at the place of output, analog output here. So next one, compressor characteristics. So here compressor input and compressor output. This figure shows the compressor characteristics. As shown in the figure, provides a higher gain to the weak signal. So mainly it is used for the weak signal, smaller gain to the strong input signals. Thus weak signals are artificially boosted to improve the signal to quantization. noise ratio. It may be noted that this compressor characteristics has been shown only for the positive input signal, but we can draw it even for the negative input signals using the sum principle. In fact, the compressor is induced at the PCM transmitter. So gain for a weak input signal is high, but for strong input signal it is low. So compressor, so if input goes on like this, the compressor will automatically reduces like this, so that the whatever the input signals we are providing, after providing with the help of compressor, that input is reduced to after reaching some certain timing signals, after reaching some certain point. Next one, expander characteristics. In this expander characteristics, same as it is we are observing. So here previous diagram, the graph is like this. Here in this case, expander is opposite. That means reverse procedure of the compressor. So that's we are expecting like this. Here same as expander input and expander output. Figure shows the expander characteristics. This characteristics is exactly the inverse of the compressor characteristics. This ensures that all artificially boosted signals by the compressor are brought back to their original amplitudes at the receiver end. So we are expecting expander at a receiver end. In this case, compressor we are expecting it transmitter end. So finally, compounder characteristics. So in this compounder characteristics, the graph which includes three parameters. One is compression, second one is the expander, third one is the compounder. So here compression graph will shows like this in negative direction, this one and this one. That means compression. Here the reverse procedure is nothing but expansion. So if in the negative channel, if it is like this, automatically we are going to observe in the reverse procedure the expansion. Here the combination of expansion and compression, the middle line goes to, it is the compounding. It is the combination of both, so that it is the linear line, that is the compounder. Compounder line goes to in linear point, linear to both expansion signal and a compression signal. So in this case, same as it is. In the positive case, here this is the compression, this is the expansion. The combination of these two, the linear straight line goes like this. This is called as the compounder output to representation. So here figure shows the compounder characteristics, which is the combination of the compressor and expander characteristics. Due to the inverse nature of compressor and expander, the overall characteristics of the compounder is a straight line. That means this one. Here overall characteristics of the compounder is a straight line. So compounding in PCM. So in the compounding, the word compounding is a combination of compressing and expanding. So many times we have seen previously, which means that it does both. This is a non-linear technique used in PCM which compresses the data at the transmitter and expands the same data at the receiver. The effects of noise and crosstalk are reduced by using this technique. Here in this case, this compounding, there are two types. That means there are two types of compounding techniques. They are A-law compounding technique. Second one is the mu-law compounding techniques. In this case, we are going to observe 3 points here. A-law compounding technique, uniform quantization is achieved. Here see here uniform quantization. In both cases, uniform quantization. A-law compounding and mu-law compounding. Uniform quantization is achieved at A is equal to 1. In this case, uniform quantization is achieved at mu is equal to 0. Where the characteristic curve is linear and no compression is done. Same as it is where the characteristics curve is linear and no compression is done. So I will show in the representation in graphs. So A-law is mid-rise at the origin. Hence, it contains a non-zero value. A-law compounding is used for PCM telephone systems. In this case, mu-law has mid-thread at the origin, hence it contains a zero value. Mu-law compounding is used for speech and music signals. Mu-law is used in North America and Japan. See A-law for compounding. The A-law provides precise compressor characteristics. It has linear segment for low-level inputs and logarithmic segment for high-level inputs. This is a very, very important point. It has linear segment for low-level inputs and logarithmic segment for high-level inputs. That means low-level input. For example, if A is equal to 1, So normalized input and x-axis normalized output. This a is equal to 1, that means this is a very low. So here observe here, uniform quantization is achieved at a is equal to 1, where characteristics curve is linear and no compression is done. So same here, this one a is equal to 1. Uniform quantization, this one uniform quantization is achieved a is equal to 1, and curve is linear and no compression is done. So curve is linear, so a is equal to 1, and if the a value is increases like this, a is equal to 1, a is equal to 2, a is equal to 80.7, the roughly the practical value equal to 87.56. So when a is equal to 1, we get uniform quantization. The practical value for a is 87.56. Both A law and mu law compounding used for PCM telephone systems. The expression is defined as that means A law compounding z of x equal to a of magnitude of x by 1 plus logarithmic of a for 0 less than magnitude of x less than or equal to 1 by a. 1 plus ln of a magnitude of x by 1 plus ln a for 1 by a less than or magnitude of x less than or equal to 1. Coming to the next one, mu law compounding for speech signals. So normally for speech and music signals, a mu law compression is used. This compression is defined by the following equation. So next one, this z of x same as it is. Sgn sin of x ln 1 plus mu magnitude x by ln of 1 plus mu magnitude x less than or equal to 1. Below figure shows the variation of signal to noise ratio with respect to signal level without compounding and with compounding. Same as it is in the previous case. Here a is equal to 1, that means uniform quantization. Here mu is equal to 0, that is simply it is called as uniform quantization. Means achieved, it is achieved. Mu is equal to 0, that is uniform quantization, where characteristic curve is linear and no compression is done. Same principle. Mu is equal to 0, here uniform quantization and no compression is done. So if the mu value is increased like this, mu is equal to 1, mu is equal to 5, mu is equal to 100 like this. So next one, here mu law compounding. So this is the general observation graphs here with the help of mu law compounding. X of n, that means x of n, for example, just assume this is a speech signal. The speech signal is assumed the graph is like this. So the y of n is the output, compounded signal. C means compounded x of n. Compounded signal, that means of signal of x of n, this is the compounding output. Suppose if you red dotted line is, suppose if you want to zooming these two points, in between these 2 points, suppose if you want to zooming, the signal looks like this. That means segment of x of n. So close view of the signal. So like this. This is a segment of y of n. That's a compounded signal which represents like this. This is the portion. This up to this position to this position. In between these 2 points, we are going to observe in zoom in session. Here A law and mu law compounding. So direct differences of these two graphs. These two are standard compounding methods. Mu law is used in North America and Japan. A law is used elsewhere to compress digital telephone signals. Same as it is here, non-uniform distribution, no compression is required. Same as it is, A is equal to 1. Here uniform distribution, no compression is required. So values are increases automatically. The wave representation will shows like this. So these are the two different graphs for both A law and mu law characteristics. Thank you.